There comes a time in everyone's life where you can no longer carry the burden on your own. And you know what? Studies actually show that sisterhood just might be the intervention that you need. I offer my story for those who feel they're alone and just need a reminder that sisters are your reflection and that they are there to fix your crown whenever needed. Quotes and affirmations and storytelling are great methods for helping us to shift our mindset. It's a practice that I've been using for a while to help shift my mindset. And in today's mindful moment, we will discuss, or I'll share my reflection, my offering of an alternative perspective for those who think negatively about women and sisterhood and women's circles. So let's begin with our quote. When you're tapped in, there is no need to tap out. Now, I can't take credit for those wise words. They're actually coming from the wonderful, the very creative Omina Azar. And here are three things that I want you to remember. Let's see if we can get myself in the middle of the screen there. There we go. Number one, listen to your gut. Number two, listen to the universe. And number three, check in with your loved ones. Now, we got our quote. I've offered you an alternative perspective. And if you have the time, I would like to invite you to stay for a little while and enjoy the reflection that follows. My name is Maya D, and I am a storyteller by trade. I've done it most often through dance, and in more recent times, I've been doing it through writing. So, about 4 years ago, I have always been a journaler, but about 4 years ago, I started collecting these different words of wisdom, these quotes from wise women in my community, and writing them down in my journal. And for whatever reason, in addition to writing the quotes down, I then started to add these affirmations, these reminders next to it. And I noticed that this peculiar thing was happening where uh it's this synchronicity. There was this synchronicity between the affirmations and the what I was writing about. So it almost felt like the affirmations, those reminders, were inspiring me to recall moments and experiences where I'd actually demonstrated that very thing that the affirmation was speaking to. So I was like, oh, so this thing is inside of me, right? And it this through journaling, I'm just remembering that these things are inside of me, that I know that I have this wisdom, that I have this strength. So I thought, if I'm noticing it and I think it's kind of cool, might maybe it would be nice to share it with other people. So I created a blog, and in that blog, that first iteration of the blog was just edited versions of my journal entries, my reflections, flesh from the details like somebody's first and last name, but still with the same meaningful content. And then the last 2 months or so, I was like, well, yeah, definitely some people like reading, but some other people like to listen. So I pushed myself to come on live for 30 days and to share those reflections, those journal entries, those edited, that blog in this audio form in live, because I love the idea of one, me stepping out of my comfort zone to continue to grow, but also in doing it in a live format and it being on YouTube, it gives you the opportunity to engage with me a little differently. So, that all of that being said, it's story time. So go ahead and get cozy. Get your pillow if you need to. Go ahead and pause this if you're listening to it on the replay, or just let it play and continue with whatever activity you are already doing. Either way, I encourage you to listen and to drop something in the comments if a question comes up for you, because sharing is caring. And the idea is that through my sharing, maybe it inspires you to share something back, and that we all grow better together. I'm looking now because I have to print out my stories, my reflections, so that I remember them. So here we go. Remember, remember that these are stories and reflections, and they're pulled from a journal. So it's not these elaborate pieces of art, but rather it's my intention to share my insight. I offer this reflection to those who might feel alone, and the reminder that your sister is there to fix your crown when needed. Here we go. May they be sisters by blood, love, or heart. The power is still the same. Some of us may have been raised to think that women cause trouble or to not trust other women. But rather than negate that notion, I instead offer an inquiry that I hope will broaden your perspective. Here's some questions. What is the basis of your negative or positive connotations around women? Is your perspective based on stories you've heard or your own lived experiences? And last but not least, can't power be good or bad? So if there's a power in women, can it be used for good just as easily as it's used for bad? On my back, there are several hearts, and those hearts represent both patience and my sisters. The akoma is an Adinkra symbol that means patience, and it is represented by a heart. And the number of hearts on my back equals the number of my sisters. I do not feel alone. And in moments that that notion tries to creep into my mind, I am able to say that's a falsehood because I have way too many sisters to be alone. Dealing with my sisters requires a lot of patience. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. And because of that, I do not have space for too many other friends. And I'm okay with that because I am a quality over quantity type of person. Notice I said other friends because my sisters are my friends and there's so much more. My patience with them is rewarded with a love that is like no other and reciprocated patience. Life has not always been pretty, and through death, birth, childbirth, divorce, and all other intense moments, they stand for me when I am unable to stand for myself. For a second, imagine what a doctor and the midwife might feel when your crew of sisters walks in to the laboring space ready to prop you up and do all of the things. Or imagine you being kicked out of a bar by a group of sisters because you said something inappropriate to one of their husbands. I'm actually blessed to have three circles of sisters: my blood sisters, my sisters in laws, and the sisters of my heart, AKA my sister friends. Sister friends or sisters of your heart can be defined as an inner circle of female friends that are so much more than just a friend. These women keep you grounded, hold you accountable, share your ups and downs, have your best interests at heart, and tell you the truth because they love you. In an article, Sister Friends, a reflection and analysis of the therapeutic role of sisterhood in African American women's lives, Thelma Bryant Davis examines the crucial role of sisterhood in coping with trauma and transitions. The article actually investigates how sisterhood can be a beneficial tool for African American women and women of other backgrounds, suggesting that it could be a clinical intervention in those intense moments, excuse me. There are just some things that need a woman's touch. I understand that some of you might not have seen this in your life or might not even be aware that it's happening. So here's some more reflective questions, excuse me. Who are the women you have around you and in what capacity are they in your space? Can you talk to these women? Do you talk to these women? And after you talk to them, do you feel high vibrations of love, joy, peace, and gratitude, or low vibrations? If you're feeling those low vibrations after discussions, it might be time to make some choices about the energy that you're keeping around you, i.e., the women that you're keeping around you. There's a saying, the destruction of a society begins in its home. And to that, I say, home is where we can begin to strengthen our society, beginning with our women, beginning with sisterhood, because sisterhood provides an intimate yet platonic relationship, a space where women can be vulnerable. There's this wonderful book by Sobonfu Somé where she speaks about how the healthy, regular gatherings of women amongst themselves allows women to maintain and navigate other relationships, the sanctity of that relationship. Within these gatherings, women can be vulnerable, helping them to build love, respect, patience for themselves and for those around them, right? They become stronger, they become healthier, and then they can be stronger and healthier for the communities that they serve within. I want to share this poem by Barbara Albert titled, How Great is the Love Between Sisters? Sisters, she is your mirror shining back at you with a world of possibilities. She is your witness who sees you at your worst and best and loves you anyway. She is your partner in crime, your midnight companion, someone who knows when you are smiling even in the dark. She is your teacher, your defense attorney, your personal press agent, and even your shrink. Some days, she's the reason why you wish you were an only child. Who needs a mirror when your sister is there? She is the reflector, there to fix your crown when it's needed. She is your reflection. In the words of the wise Omina Azar, when you are tapped in, there is no need to tap out. Listen to your gut, listen to your universe, and check in with your loved ones, your sisters. Quotes, affirmations, and journaling have been great tools to help me navigate some of my major transitions along with my sister circle. And I've included links to both some journals and some affirmations in the details below. So definitely check them out. As an additional takeaway, though, hold on, I got you. Because describe a time when you felt truly connected to someone or something. Now, you can feel free to share that response in the comments below or just drop a book emoji so that I know that you're here with me. I hope that you've enjoyed this mindful moment, this story time, this reflective space. Remember to like and subscribe if you liked this video or found it interesting in any other kind of way. Thank you for staying and take care. We'll be back around this time tomorrow for day 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there. See you soon. Take care.